Okay guys, welcome back to Upload TV, and the average golfer is testing more of this new Ping G400 range, and it doesn't get any bigger than this one. It is time for the driver. Reach to my right, Ping G400 driver. A few videos been done already out there, no doubt you've watched a good few and already forming some opinions, general sense of opinion. Seems this one's pretty good, so I can't wait to see how it fares in the hands of the average golfer, and we'll hit some balls very shortly. But as ever, let's start off with a bit of technical spec. What I'm going to do is, like we've done in recent weeks, I'm going to throw you up a full screen of information from Ping. So if you want to have a read through that, maybe pause that and read your tech spec, and then come back and join me in a second or two. Okay, so I think it's in this one. I'm never too interested in marketing jargon, but I am interested in some of the claims that Ping make on this one because they're quite bold. Aerodynamics and stability to our highest levels ever. Always looking to increase speed and distance, and this movement of weight again as far back as possible. You'll see in the G400 this tungsten weight that is placed right at the very back of the golf club, and again the deepest CG location in golf, and here's the statement I like: there's no more forgiving driver available. So that's a big one. We'll soon find out if that to be the case. And this faster forged face, thinner, lighter, and again allowing to change and move the weight to improve MOI and move back this CG, which is a similar claim from most manufacturers. Satisfying sound, the satisfying of puring a persimmon driver with the modern technology of the G400 was one tour professional claim. It doesn't say who said that, but there you go. Anyway, we'll close that off for a second or two, and we'll talk about looks, and here's a few images for you to have a look at while I talk through this. They have got this, there's Dragonfly and Turbulator on the crown of this club. I was never a biggest fan of this word turbulator. The best thing that came out of turbulator was a rap video from Fried Eggs Golf, to be honest with you. But that's the word they're going with. It's a bit gimmicky, and it's a bit too much for me, and it's pretty much with Dragonfly technology as well. And I don't know whether I like the look of the crown, to be honest with you. It's in a matte black finish. It does very much look like a streamlined and aerodynamic head, but probably just a bit old-fashioned in that I like a smooth looking crown, I think. But there you go, that's just a very much a personal opinion. It isn't going to affect how I review the club in terms of performance. Overall, the colouring of the club from underneath and all the rest of it, it looks as ever what you'd expect from Ping. It's a top quality product. It's going to retail about the 350 mark, which again is kind of the level that the Ping drivers have sort of been marketed at in recent years, and I think about right. The interesting one for me is this shaft, where when you look at it, it's very much got a copper colour to it, and when you lay it down behind the ball, the colour of the shaft changes to almost a black colour and blends in, fades into the colour of the head. How they quite manage that, I do not know, but I can assure you it does happen, and it probably does work. I like it. But ultimately, I've had some warm-up balls. It's all about testing. So let's move the camera, let's get into some golf balls and see how this performs in the hands of the average golfer. Okay, so I don't know where to start with this one. Pretty much impressed, I think, is the first thing to say. It was everything that Ping claimed, I reckon. I think that's what I'll probably start by saying. Very easy to hit, very forgiving, and the sound was good, which again was something that the whole performance of the club was very, very good, and I'm a little bit taken aback by it, to be honest with you, because just how easy it was to hit and how far the ball went out there. If you watch my my videos, you know driving isn't my strong suit, and I'm not the longest either, but this ball certainly went out there. I think probably with a bit of tweaking in terms of the shaft, and if I had more time, I could probably get a bit more out of this club as well. Launch was probably a bit higher than I'd want it to be, and spin maybe a bit higher than I'd want it to be. But for video purposes, I think it does enough to suggest this club is very, very good. And again, things like club head speed, let's start there first of all, and here's the numbers in front of you now. So club head speed averaged at 97, one even at 99, and believe me, that's a quick swing speed for me with driver. I'm normally sort of, again, even around the 95, 96 mark is sort of an average I would suggest for on my previous videos. Like I said, launch was a bit high, 15.8, probably want to bring that down a little, and a change in shaft will probably help with that. We could also have de-lofted the club. There's plenty of movement in this, adjustability rather, in this head. But also the spin number was perhaps a little high, averaging out at 2.7, looking to bring that down to maybe 2.2, 2.3 for me. But once again, just look, carry distances, 2.38 was the average. Peaked out at 2.45 carry, was it, and the ball rolled out, longest drive there was what we had, 2.6.7, which again, like I said, I always say the same things when you're watching these videos. Make sure you're looking at comparisons to the person that's used them. So in other words, for me, an average driving distance, anything around the sort of 255 to 260 mark is a decent drive for me. But the interesting thing for me on this club was, yes, I hit consistently good distances, good carry distance, but it was also very, very straight. And it seemed to me that even with 2 or 3 out of those 5 strikes were certainly not out the middle, but the ball in terms of dispersion left and right didn't seem that great, to be honest with you, and sort of maintained in a fairly tight radius. So again, I go back to the claims that that Ping made in the introduction to this, when I said Ping claimed it to be their most forgiving driver ever. And like I said, from the average golfer's perspective, I play off 8, need a bit of forgiveness. I found it in the G400 irons, and I've certainly found it in the G400 driver. So I'll end it there. Very, very impressed, yet again, as ever. That's only my opinion. Get out there, try it yourself, but I've got a feeling this could be a big, big driver for Ping, as I did with the G400 iron. So congratulations to Ping, and well done. Get out there and try it. Anyway, hope you like the review. If you do, hit that thumbs up button if you don't mind. If you don't subscribe already, then do please do so. And for everybody that watches, a big thank you, and I'll see you soon when we start to do a bit more testing on the G400 range, which will be fairways, utilities, and I think we'll need a few head-to-heads with this G400 driver. Right, I'll see you soon.